welcome back to Cliburn Kids. This is something I'm calling Starts with a B. We already had part one of Starts with a B. That was the clapping exercise that we used Beethoven's music with. Today, there's another composer, Starts with a B, and I'll talk about him a little bit at the end. We're going to do a little bit different thing, though. It's not going to be a clapping game or a rhythm game. It's much more going to be discovering the way a piece of music is put together. Because most often, composers have an actual plan about what they're going to do before they even start writing. So in this exercise, what we're going to have to do is be able to recognize two different melodies when they come in. The first one goes like this. Now, to me, that is like someone with a happy memory of something. They're remembering something that was very pleasant. So we're going to have to learn how to remember that. I think you can remember it by using those adjectives that I just used. It's happy, it's somebody remembering something. But then there's another tune that the composer uses that we're going to have to learn how to remember too. And it's sort of similar to that one. But there are some important differences too. Listen to this. For one thing, it's a lot shorter than this one. And for another thing, it's almost like it's asking a question and getting more and more insistent, because it starts like this. And then it goes higher on the piano. And it goes even higher on the piano. And it goes back to our friends. So what I would like to do is I would like to have a label for each one of these tunes. Why don't we just call the first one that I played for you this one? Why don't we call that A? And then this one that kept getting higher and more insistent, we'll just call that B. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the piece twice. And the first time, I'm going to show you exactly how it's constructed. How many times we hear the A music, and how many times we hear the B music, and exactly when all that happens. So you can have all that in your head for the second time we go through it. Now, here's the first time. I'm going to stop and start a lot. We start with the A tune. That's the A tune, and now something else is going to happen. Let's see what it is. That's the A tune again. So far, what's happened is we've had that A tune twice. Now something else is going to happen. Let's see what. because it was a lot shorter than the A tune, like I said before, and also it kept going higher and higher on the piano. So far we've had the A tune, then the A tune, and then the B tune. Let me pick it back up in the middle. We'll see what happens next. That's the A tune. So we'll just keep score again. So far we've had 2 A tunes, and then the B tune, and now we just had another A tune. Let's see what happens next. That was the B tune one more time. Now, let's see what happens here at the very end. The composer has made sort of a fancier finish. Let's see if you can pick out what it is. That one could go either way because it's super high on the piano. But to me, it sounds more like the A tune. It's just that the composer made it a little fancier. He put more notes in it. This is what we'd get. See? So that last one was an A tune after all. So this is our score then so far. We had 2 A tunes in a row. And then we had the B tune for the first time. And then we had the A tune again. So 2 A tunes, a B tune, and then an A tune, and then something else happened. Then at the very end, the A tune, but just a little fancier. So altogether, that's 4 A tunes and only 2 B tunes. And that's the way the composer put this together. Mostly he wanted the mood to be about that happy memory, but just in a couple of places he wanted a little drama in there, so he put the B tune. 4 A tunes, 2 B tunes. Now, I'm going to play the whole thing all the way through without stopping and see if you can figure out where I am in the music every time. See if you can keep count of the A's and B's. Now, you should have gotten 4 A sections and 2 B sections, because that's the way the composer wrote it, and his name was Johannes Brahms, one of my favorite composers. We're going to be back on Monday with a piece that you can play this way and backwards, and it makes perfect sense either way. Our thanks to the Steinway Piano Gallery in downtown Fort Worth for hosting us for these episodes. We'll be back on Monday with another episode of Cliburn Kids. We'll see you then.